Welcome back to another edition of the Washington Nationals here on OOTP 27. And as you can see, the New York Mets got absolutely screwed. They don't win the division despite winning 99 games and having a plus 100, above 100 run differential. And then they lose to the St. Louis Cardinals in the wild card. So we will be playing the Cardinals. The Pirates will be hosting the Padres. And then over on the American League side of things, it's the Astros hosting the White Sox and the Orioles hosting the Twins. How were the Cardinals this season? They 89 wins. Definitely not going to have a crazy run differential here. So yeah, Mets with a plus 123 run differential, 99 wins, end up as a wild card team, losing out to a plus 20 run differential, 89 win Cardinals team. I mean, that's baseball, Susan. But just quickly looking at what our team is going to look like heading in here to the postseason, we decided to remove Steinmetz off the postseason roster. I floated that idea in the last episode, so we're going... I don't want Hardcastle, I want Skubal. We want Skubal, Hardcastle, Rouse, and Leone. And then we called up Eric Agro. So Agro is now going to be in the bullpen instead of Steinmetz, who is not on the playoff roster for this opening round. The rest of the staff here and then the rest of the lineups are just looking the same as they were before. And then taking a look quickly at this St. Louis Cardinals roster as we get into this series. It looks like they are very, very hitting slanted. Second best average. Remember, we're first in a lot of these, so this is a very good hitting team. They had third in runs scored, second in hits, second in average, third in extra base hits. Don't have a lot of home runs, but they do score a lot of runs, and then their pitching, and defense too. Their zone rating, their defensive efficiency. This team is just not going to be able to hang with us, at least on paper, you would think. You would think that our offense is going to absolutely destroy this pitching, but you know, we've had something like that where we've had teams that are way worse than us beat us before, but we're trying to three-peat this year, so we cannot get first rounded by a team like this. Taking a look at their bad pitching here, their rotation, Jerry Pope, really good young pitcher for them. Sure, from IMG Academy White. I'm assuming there's also an IMG Academy Blue, is what the other one would be called. Corey Linda, what an odd name. Another young pitcher. Jason DeCaro's on this team still. Looks like he's going game one. And then Chad Weiner, another young lefty. So a lot of young guys in this rotation here. In the bullpen, Rodolfo De La Torre, very good reliever for them. Todd Hazy, very young pitcher from Holy Cross. Shout out Bill Simmons. And then, Ray Larson, whatever. Robinson Ortiz is on this team. So they have Robinson Ortiz. He's going to be playing against us. Long-time national bullpen guy. Mason Montgomery is on this team. Bobby Otero. Winston Santos. Casey Childers. Yeah, not a lot of super scary arms in this team, but then offensively, Diego Amenagal, he was that big-time 23-year-old, 8-win player. I think he had he led the all of Major League Baseball, and obviously the National League as well, in wins above replacement, had the most runs scored, the highest OPS, really, really good player. And then behind him, they have John Gibler, lefty outfielder, puts together a 4-win season for them. They have Ryan Austin, 22 years old. So this team, they may have been kind of like a scrappy team this year, but they've got some young studs on this team that over the next couple seasons are probably going to be a problem here in this National League. As Ryan Austin, 22 years old, out of Wyoming. Taylor Sheridan, Wyoming. That's not actually what it's called. I don't think. It's definitely not. But Rapid City West, I'm assuming that's also a Wyoming high school. South Dakota. Rapid City, yes, South Dakota. So he was from Wisconsin to South Dakota. Odd places to be from as a baseball player, but this guy's still very, very good. J.J. Weatherholt at 33 years old is still on this team. Still very, very good. He's steady Eddie. Constantly like a 3-win player. Well above league average WRC+. Love to see that from the West Virginia man. Johnny Level is on this team for the past 2 seasons. He's been quite good for them. And then they also have their catcher, Shore, whatever. mainly a glove with Vargas here. Gonzalez, mainly a glove and some slap hitting. Backup catcher, whatever. Esmerlin Valdez, decent eye. Joey Ortiz, not very good. Dylan Cruz is on this team's bench, no longer any good. But it looks like he had some decent season in San Francisco. Left us, went to Houston. We traded him there, wasn't that great. Then went to San Francisco, had a couple 2-win season, around league average WRC plus years, and now he's in St. Louis, kind of just not being very good for them as like a pinch run option. And then Xavier Isaac is a part of their starting lineup here, big time pop, but nothing else going for this guy. Probably a DH with that type of wins of replacement numbers, I'd imagine. Yeah, he's their DH and he doesn't hit, which means he's probably going to hit a monster home run against us in a big spot. But let's get into it and actually see that happen. Alrighty, here we are, folks. It is Game 1 of the 2035 National League Division Series. Nationals playing host to the St. Louis Cardinals here. We are rocking the same lineup that we have been rocking for months now. Best offense in baseball. Let's get into it. Nothing going for the Cardinals, top one. And then we are cooking here, bottom one. First and second, one out here for Brady Ebel. 0-2 count to him. Whiffs through it, goes down swinging. Brings up Jerry Harris. 1-0 count to him. That's going to be slapped down the left field line. Lands in for a base knock. Looks like everyone's going to move up one bag. So it's bases juiced here. 2 outs for the catcher, Melvin Jimenez. Works a 2-2 count, and he takes it out to left field as well. That's going to land in for a base knock, and that's going to plate some runs here as the Washington Nationals strike first in this game. It's a 2 RBI single for the catcher Jimenez as the Nationals are up 2-0. Brings up Angel Feliz, the shortstop. 1-0 count to him. Works a ground ball over to the pitcher, and he fields it himself. So DeCaro gets out of the inning, but we tack on 2. We're on to the top of the second now. Scooble works a scoreless frame. Our offense does nothing. So does their offense. So does our offense. And now Scooble's in a bit of trouble here. Runner in scoring position, but it's 2 outs to Diego Amenagal, who is going to hit one down the left field line into the corner. That's going to score a run, and the Cardinals are going to get on the board here as their best player delivers with an RBI double. So it's a 2-1 ball game. They have cut our lead in half, as now Yervin Murillo, their catcher, digs in and hits one well to deep center field, but the 6'8" center fielder Castillo tracks it down for out number 3. We're now on to the bottom of the fourth. Nothing going for our offense. Scuba works a scoreless frame. Ray Larson works a scoreless frame. Scooble still in the yellow. Alright, so he gives up a run. It's now a 2-2 ball game. 1 out. Austin and Menegal. It's the heart of the order here. We got to go to the bullpen. We can't risk it and let him keep throwing. Here in the 6th inning, it's going to go Evan Hollick. Evan Hollick's going to come in the game, and he's going to get it at it from there. So on to the bottom of the 6th. Our offense possibly threatening here. Runner on second base, 1 out. Or yeah, threatening. Runner on second base, 1 out. 2-1 count to Jerry Harris. Now 3-1. Grounded at the second base. That's 2 down, but the runner moves up to third base, 90 feet away from scoring, but with 2 outs. Brings up Melvin Jimenez and Mason Montgomery. Lefty-lefty action here with 2 outs. As Jimenez is going to get inside-outed and deliver it over the head of the shortstop into the outfield grass as the Nationals are back on top 3-2 here. Melvin Jimenez now has 3 ribbies on the day. All 3 of our runs scored off of his bat. And now with a runner on first, it's Angel Feliz, who watches strike 3, and we are now through 6 innings. So on to the 7th here. Hollick, we're going to go batter by batter with him because his stamina is so fragile, as he gets a line drive out to Castillo for out number 1. And then it brings up Asbel Gonzalez, works a full count. Ground ball to third base. Easy play for Luis Hernandez for out number 2. And now it's J.J. Weatherholt, the West Virginia Mountaineer, who hits a fly ball to left field. That's going to be easy for Luke Corsia. 1, 2, 3, go the Cardinals. We're on to the bottom of the 7th, where the offense is threatening. First and second, 1 out here for James Wood. Works a 3-1 count. Spits on ball 4. Suddenly, Ducks are on the pond, folks. 1 out here for Luke Corsia. Works a full count. Winston Santos in the game here for the Cardinals. Walks in a run. It's now a 4-2 lead here for the Nationals. And that brings up Brady Ebel, who's going to be first pitch swinging. Grounds it back to the pitcher. They go home with it, get that out, and then they don't get Ebel at first. So 2 outs, still bases juiced here for Jerry Harris. 0-1 count to him. Grounded out to first base, and that's going to be out number 3. So still just a 4-2 lead here for Washington as we're on to the 8th inning. And we are going to go lefty, lefty, lefty. We're going to bring on Vince Mangione. Yeah, fuck it, why not? Vince is going to come in the game. And he's going to get in a little bit of trouble here, but it's 2 outs, runner on second for Valdez, who's a righty. And I think that we are going to bring in a righty, because that's 3 batters faced here. So we're going to bring in a righty to face Valdez. We're going to counter here. And it's going to be 8th inning, it's Cody Lawyerson. 0-1 count to Valdez. Sky to left field. That's going to be an easy play for Corsia as Lawyerson does his job. We're on to the bottom of the 8th with a 2-run lead. Casey Childers comes in the game. Our offense is threatening. First and second, 1 out here for Josh DiCastillo. As lefty on lefty, or we could pinch hit Miguel Fonseca. Miguel Fonseca, or is Tamariz, can he play center field? Yeah, he's a 45 in center field. It's either going to be Fonseca, who, this is him against lefties, or Tamariz. Let's go Fonseca. Fonseca is going to come in, pinch hit here against the lefty. And of course they counter with the right-hander, but we still believe in Fonseca here. 1-2 count, not a great count to be in, and he goes down swinging. So 2 down, brings up Dylan O'Ray. Spits on ball 4. Bases juiced. Brings up James Wood. And that's hit out into center field. That's probably going to plate multiple runs. 2 RBI single for James Wood makes it a 6-2 ball game, and that makes me feel better about having to play Wilkin Tamariz in center field next inning. As Luke Corsia comes up with first and second and 2 outs, and he proceeds to hit one into left field. That's also going to find some outfield grass, and we're putting some more insurance runs on the board. Big-time stuff from the offense here. 7-2 for the Nationals. Brings up Brady Ebel with 2 in scoring position. And he hits one sky-high to center field, but that will be caught for out number 3. So now we're on to the 9th inning here. We're going to have to bring in Tamariz to play center field because Dylan O'Ray is really the only other center field option, and he's the DH. I don't want to lose the DH because Corsia can't play center field. Hernandez, can't play center field, so it's definitely going to be Wilkin Tamariz who comes in, and we're playing him then with 45 rating in center field. So hopefully this works out. Lawyerson has 35 stamina. He's basically full. We're not going to bring in our closer for this. We're going to just go risp it. And of course, he's in some trouble, but it's 2 outs. Second and third for J.J. Weatherholt, who hits one through the infield. So that's probably going to score 2 for them here. Only 1, so it's a 7-3 ball game. We'll let him face Isaac. And he works a ground ball. Easy out. Good stuff. They only tack on 1 more. It's a 7-3 victory as the Nationals take Game 1 of the NLDS. Big-time stuff for the Nats on their quest to three-peat. Alrighty, folks, it is game 2 of the NLDS now. We have a 1-0 series lead. Dax Hardcastle on the bump for us. They have Bobby Otero, who I guess they're starting, or is this an opener sort of thing? I guess it's an opener. Or I guess all their starters are not ready to go. It said that Corey Linda was going to start, so maybe they're going to go Corey Linda follower. We'll have to see. But for now, their pitching staff is in shambles. Let's take advantage of it, perhaps, as Dax Hardcastle works to scoreless top half. And then our offense gets handled in the bottom of the first. Dax works to scoreless top half of the second. Bobby Otero still in the game as we tack on one with a Brady Ebel solo home run. And then we tack on two, or one more, with a Melvin Jimenez solo home run. So 2 solo homers in the inning. We're still hitting. And now we have runner on second base in Angel Feliz with a double on second base now here for Luis Hernandez. Spits on ball 4, first and second, 1 out here for Castillo, the 6'8". Look at how big he looks in the box as he hits that one in the air to left field for out number 2. So runners remain put as we're at the top of the order now with Dylan O'Ray. And he hits a line drive at the second base, and Weatherholt puts it away. So 2-0 Nationals lead, run at the top of the third. Hardcastle scoreless frame. Bobby Otero still in the game, works a scoreless frame. Dax in some trouble. So runner on second, 1 out here for John Gibler. Ground ball, fielded by Ebel. So that's 2 down. Runner moves up to third base, 90 feet away. 1-2 here to Valdez as that one's hit into left field and lands in front of Corsia. So RBI base knock for Valdez makes it a 2-1 ball game. Isaac is then struck out as Hardcastle gets through the 4th. We're on to the bottom of the inning. Offense threatening here, but it's 2 outs. Runners on the corners here for Dylan O'Ray. And he's plunked. Otero hits him. Bases are now drunk for James Wood, who grounds one into the hole there, but it's going to be a nice play by Weatherholt. So we strand the bases loaded. It's still a 2-1 ball game here. Top 5 now. Hardcastle in some trouble. First and second, but it's 2 outs for J.J. Weatherholt, who strikes out. So Hardcastle gets out of the inning. He's through 5. Otero still on the bump here for the Cardinals. As now we have first and second, 1 out, and old friend Robinson Ortiz is on the bump. Jimenez cannot hold up, goes down on strike 3. Then it brings up Feliz, who skies it into the infield, and that's going to be out number 3. So still a 2-1 ball game here for us. On to the top of the 6th, we are going to take out Hardcastle. It's going to be lefty, lefty, righty, lefty. Let's bring in Herrera for this. All right. 2 outs, runner on third. Here for Ben Cleary. Walks him. 2 down, runners on the corners now. It's Asbel Gonzalez. I think we got to go with a righty here. Herrera's starting to get up there. We're going to go... We're going to go Sime. We're going to believe in Sime. He's going to come in the game. 3-1. Works a ground ball. Luis Hernandez, easy play for him. Beautiful stuff. I shouldn't say easy play. That's a tough play. But he makes it look easy because he's so damn good over there. So 2-1 game still here. Bottom 6. As Luis Hernandez leads off the double after making a nice play. So he's on second here for Castillo. Full count to him. Ground ball at the first base. Basically a sac bunt. So runner on third. 90 feet away here with 1 out. And Dylan O'Ray at the dish. Ground ball gets through the infield. That's going to score a run. We tack on another one. It's a 3-1 Nationals lead here in this ball game. Brings up James Wood. Anything else happen in the inning? All right, James Wood gets on base somehow. It's first and second, 1 out for Luke Corsia. who hits one in the air to shallow center field. That'll be caught for out number 2. Everyone stays put. Now it's Brady Ebel. Full count. Strike 3. So we strand 2 runners, but we do tack on 1 more. Onto the top of the 7th here. We're going to leave C-May in, as he's in a bit of trouble here. Runner on second with 1 out for Ryan Austin. We're going to see if he can get out of it here. 2-1 count. The throw down. Oh my goodness. I don't know what they're trying to do there, but that man is dead meat at third base. They just tried to steal third. I guess he has decent stealing ability. I mean, I don't know. Weird spot to try to steal there if I'm them, especially with this guy up and a runner on second base. But 2 down now, 2-2 to Austin. Full count now to Austin, who hits one to deep center field, but all 6'8" of Castillo tracks it down for out number 3. So we're on to the bottom half of the inning. And Jerry Harris leads things off with a double. 2-2 now to Jimenez. Goes down swinging. That's 1 down. Brings up Feliz. Works a full count. Also goes down swinging. 2 down now for Luis Hernandez. Rips one down the left field line into the corner. That's going to score a run. Should be a double for Hernandez to make it a 4-1 ball game here in Washington, D.C. It is indeed. Now brings up Josh DeCastillo, who watches strike 3. But we tack on another run. Top 8 here. 3-run lead. Lefty, lefty, lefty. We are going to go to Mangione. Play the matchups. And of course, he does not do well, and it's now second and third with nobody out. And John Gibler, who's a lefty, is up. He's retired on a pop fly, but they... Oh my god, the catcher can't handle it! What just happened? Wide of Jimenez? What do you mean wide of Jimenez? It looked like I hit him in the glove! The animations never match up, though, so... I don't know. They score on that somehow. 1 down, now just a runner on third. Valdez, Cleary, and Gonzalez here. We're going to bring in a right-hander. And that right-hander is going to be... I'm tempted to go Jay Nelson here. Or we could go Yoder. We're going to go Jay Nelson. We believe in Jay Nelson in this spot. Full count. That is hit well to deep left center field, and we should have not believed in Jay Nelson, as it is now a tie ball game here in the 8th inning. 4-4 game. Jay Nelson gets beat up a bit, but then gets added from there. So now it's bottom 8. Rodolfo De La Torre, their closer, is in the game. I should have brought in Matamoros in that spot. Fuck me. I thought we could have saved him, but I didn't think we needed to bring in Matamoros against Valdez, even though he has been on fire this postseason. I mean, that's his 10th ribby. Jesus Christ. Well, second guessing myself there, as now it's top of the order here for us against De La Torre. Let's see what they do batter by batter. Dylan O'Ray leading things off. That's down into the left center field gap. O'Ray might have himself a leadoff double. No, he pulls up. So he's at first. Single for Dylan O'Ray brings up James Wood. Full count, spits on ball 4. First and second, nobody out. Beautiful start, brings up Luke Corsia, who pops up an 0-1 pitch to the first baseman. Man. 1 down, brings up Ebel, who pops up a 3-1 pitch to the catcher, and now it's 2 down. Our beautiful start is about to be squandered. Especially when Jerry Harris just grinds into a easy out, and we go, I mean, we just strand 2 with nobody on. Or it's strand 2 with nobody out, and still it's a 4-4 game. We're on to the 9th. We're going to bring in Matamoros here. All right, runner on second. 2 outs here for a Menegal. Works a ground ball. Beautiful stuff. Matamoros does his thing. We're on to the bottom of the ninth with a chance to walk it off here in game 2. It's Jimenez, Feliz, Hernandez due up. 2-0 count to Melvin Jimenez. That's going to get down into center field for a base knock. So Jimenez reaches first base. We are now going to pinch run for him. I might even just do the catcher for catcher because Ford's a bit faster. And like I might want Tamariz for a pinch hitter at some point. So, and he's really the only pinch hitter option. So I'm just going to do that. We're going to go Harry Ford comes in to pinch run and he'll catch from here on out. And now Angel Feliz digs in. Immediately, Harry Ford pays off and swipes second base. 0-2 now to Feliz. 1-2. That's going to get down in front of the right fielder. Ford over to third base. His legs have already paid off as a pinch runner. Now we have corners here with nobody out and Luis Hernandez, who hits a ground ball to the right side of the infield, and it's muffed by Weatherholt. We have walked off the game, folks. Harry Ford's legs pay off as a pinch runner. Shows up, Luis Hernandez hits the ground ball. Weatherholt can't handle it. It's a tough play. I don't know why they didn't have the infield in there. It didn't look like they did, but 5-4 victory. We're up 2-0 here in the series. 3-hit day for Array, as well as Hernandez. He had the walk-off hit. Feliz and Jimenez both had 2 hits. Harry Ford doing what he did on the bases as a pinch runner. Like I said, Hardcastle, 5 solid innings. Herrera and Sime were good. Mangione and Nelson not so great. And then Matamoros got the W. Hell yes, 2-0 series lead. Alrighty, folks, we're on to game 3. There was an off day in between, and I love that even in this game, they have this outfield view to where it's like off-center towards the shortstop side of the infield. That's exactly what it's like when you watch Cardinals games on TV. It's the worst camera angle in baseball. You can't tell where anything's going because it's this off-center bullshit, and it's even in this game. So we're here in St. Louis. There was an off day in between the last 2 games. So we had all our guys get rested here. And they have Corey Linda going for them. We have Alex Rouse going for us. Let's get into it here. Top 1, we're immediately threatening. 2 outs, runners on the corners for Jerry Harris. 1-1 count. Ground ball, out number 3. Weatherholt makes the play there. We are now on to the bottom half of the inning, where Rouse works a scoreless frame. And now Linda's in trouble again with a runner on second, with 2 outs here for Castillo, who absolutely destroys that ball. 417 feet out to left center field. A 2-0 lead here for the Nationals as the 6'8" giant center fielder delivers. 2 down. Anything else going? No. So we have a 2-0 lead here on to the bottom of the second. Rouse gives up a solo home run, gets at it from there. It's a 2-1 ball game heading into the third. And now it's a 3-1 ball game as James Wood just did a solo home run. And now Luke Korsha's on second base with a double here for Brady Ebel. 1-2 count to him. Ball gets away. It's a 2-2 count now as Korsha moves up into third base here with nobody out. And the cleanup man in the batter's box works a full count and then goes down swinging. So 1 down brings up Jerry Harris. 1-1 to him. That's going to be hit out to right center field. It is caught, but that'll work as a sac fly here as Korsha scores easily, makes it a 4-1 ball game as the Nationals getting off to an early start here. Nothing else going for the Bats. Rouse works a scoreless frame. The Bats threatening big time here in the fourth. Second and third, Hernandez and Feliz on each base here for Castillo, the 6'8" center fielder who skies one to Weatherholt at second base. So 1 down here for Dylan O'Ray at the top of the order. Right back up the middle, pinballs that one, probably going to score 2. 2 RBI single, perhaps? Yes, indeed. Dylan O'Reilly delivers yet again. It's a 6-1 lead here for the Nationals. Anything else going? James Wood pops it up to left field. That's 2 down. And then Corsia gets on somehow. It's first and second here with 2 outs for Brady Ebel. Lefty on lefty. As he hits a ground ball. I'm assuming Weatherholt fielded that. He did indeed. I don't know what that camera was. But move things on, bottom 4. Rouse gives up a double or something to Amenegal, as now it's 1 out, runner on second. And then he goes and swipes third. So runner on third with 1 out here for John Gibler. 2-2 count to him. That's going to be ripped out to right field, but tracked down on a leaping catch by James Wood. It will be a sac fly, but it's now just a 6-2 ball game instead of 6-1. And then Rouse will get out of it from there. So top 5 now. 8-2 ball game suddenly. Jerry Harris hit by pitch. Melvin Jimenez struck out. They bring in Mason Montgomery. He works an out on Feliz. And then Luis Hernandez delivers with a 2-run home run. It's an 8-2 game. Nothing else going for the offense. Rouse here, bottom 5. Gives up another run. Okay, runner on second here with 1 out. They go and swipe third. He does not have the strongest arm. And then he gives up a wild pitch run. So it's all of a sudden 8-4 here. We might have to take Rouse out of the game. He gets at it from there. So 8-4 here, top 6. Nothing going for the offense. We're going to take Rouse out of the game. We're going to bring on Eric Agro. Why not? Eric Agro is going to come in the game here. 4-run game in the 6th. Of course, he gives up a solo home run. Gives up a double then. And then gives up a home run. Jesus Christ. I figured we were safe to have Eric Agro pitch. All of a sudden, it's a 1-run game. Eric Agro, get your ass out of here. We're going to go to Miguel Cime instead. All right, 2 outs, runner on second here for Murillo. 0-2 to him. Goes down swinging. So Cime gets out of it. But suddenly it's a 1-run game here, top 7. And we have an 0-2 count to Feliz with a runner on second base. And he goes down swinging for out number 3. They have to take their pitcher out of the game. It's now bottom 7. Cime scoreless frame, top 8 here. Offense does nothing. Valdez, Isaac, and Gonzalez due up. We are going to not mess around and bring in Cody Lawyerson, who works a scoreless frame. We're on to the 9th. Offense does nothing. 1-run game in the 9th. You know what that is. It's Bobby Matamoros on the bump, trying to send us to the CS for a 3rd straight season. Was it a 4th straight season? I forget. But, again, I should say. Send us to the LCS again, as Matamoros works a ground ball there for out number 1. Then it brings up Murillo, the catcher, the 9-hitter. Full count to him. That's going to land in front of Wood for a base knock. So, 1 down. Brings up Ryan Austin. Struck him out. 2 down, brings up J.J. Weatherholt. Struck him out too, as the Washington Nationals have swept the St. Louis Cardinals here in the 2035 NLDS, as we are on to the championship series yet again on our quest to three-peat here. Big time stuff. Great offensive game. Luke Corsia with 3 hits. Hernandez 3 hits. A big game for him again. He's probably going to win Series MVP. Wood and O'Reilly had 2-hit games. Alex Rouse was good enough. Agro was not good at all. Cime was good. Lawyerson was good. And Matamoros good. All to close things out and keep it where it was. As the pitching, at the start wasn't that great, but the offense, fantastic on the day, as they were all season long. And Luis Hernandez was indeed named MVP of the series. 545 batting average in the series. I mean, he had back-to-back 3-hit games here in games 2 and 3. He had the walk-off hit in game 2. And then we already know our opponent because the Pittsburgh Pirates have easily dispatched the San Diego Padres. We both swept our opponents, and now it's taken on the two best teams seed-wise here in the National League. Nationals Pirates will be your LCS matchup.